Ever wonder how much walking you really do in your life? Well, get ready for this. On average, a person will walk the equivalent of 5 times around the entire world in their lifetime. Crazy, right? Think about it. The Earth's circumference is about 25,000 miles. Now, imagine walking that 5 times. That's 125,000 miles of steps over a lifetime. And you probably don't even realize how much ground you're covering just by walking around the grocery store or pacing at work. The average person walks around 7,500 steps a day. Over a year, that adds up to around 1,800 miles. Multiply that by 70 or 80 years, and you've basically walked enough to circle the globe multiple times. It's like being an adventurer, but you're doing it one step at a time every day. But it's not just about the distance, it's about the journey. All those little moments, walking to school, hiking with friends, or just strolling down the street, add up to an incredible feat. Who knew that your daily routine was secretly making you a world traveler? So next time you're out for a walk, remember, you're on a journey that could take you around the world, 5 times over. Every step you take is part of an amazing lifetime adventure. Keep walking, you've got miles to go, because life's an adventure, and sometimes the best way to explore is one step at a time. Did you know that Hawaii is slowly but surely moving closer to Japan every year? Yup, the islands are shifting toward Japan by about 4 inches annually. Now that might not sound like much, but over time, that's a pretty big move. So, how does this happen? It's all thanks to something called tectonic plates, giant slabs of the Earth's crust that are always on the move. Hawaii sits on the Pacific plate, which is slowly drifting northwest, bringing it closer and closer to Japan. It's like a slow-motion dance of the continents. 4 inches might seem tiny when you think about how far Hawaii is from Japan, over 3,800 miles. But if you fast forward a few million years, Hawaii could eventually bump into Japan. Imagine that. One day, people in Hawaii could take a quick boat ride to Japan. This slow drift is happening all the time, but it's so subtle, we don't even notice. In fact, the whole world is shifting constantly because of tectonic plates. Even the tallest mountains and deepest trenches are the result of this slow but powerful movement beneath our feet. So the next time you visit Hawaii or Japan, just think, you're standing on land that's moving. It may take millions of years, but one day, these two places will be closer than you could ever imagine. The Earth's always changing, even if it's just inch by inch. Pretty amazing, right? Did you know that some penguins propose to their mates in the cutest way possible? They don't use rings or fancy dinners, they use pebbles. That's right. Penguins offer their potential mates a small pebble as a way of saying, "Will you be mine?" When a male penguin finds the perfect pebble, he presents it to the female. If she accepts it, they become mates, and that little pebble is the start of their life together. It's kind of like the penguin version of getting engaged. But why a pebble, you ask? Well, penguins use pebbles to build their nests. The pebbles help keep their eggs off the cold, wet ground. So, not only is it a romantic gesture, but it's also super practical. It's like saying, "I love you and let's build a home together." How adorable is that? Finding the right pebble isn't always easy though. Some penguins will search for hours to find the perfect one. And sometimes, if a penguin is feeling a bit sneaky, they might even steal a pebble from another nest. These little romantic gestures show how much care and effort penguins put into finding a lifelong partner. It's amazing how even in the wild, animals like penguins have their own unique way of showing love. So next time you think of penguins, remember, they're not just waddling around looking cute. Some of them are on a mission to find the perfect pebble for the perfect partner. Can you believe that something as delicious and common as a tomato was once feared as poisonous? Yep, that's right. In the 1700s, people in Europe actually thought tomatoes could kill them. But why? Well, it turns out that tomatoes are part of the nightshade family, which includes some genuinely poisonous plants. People back then believed the tomato's shiny red appearance was a warning that it was dangerous, like its poisonous cousins. In fact, they even called tomatoes poison apples, and wealthy Europeans thought eating them would make them sick. Funny enough, the real problem wasn't the tomato itself, it was the plates they were eating from. Back then, wealthy people used plates made from lead, and tomatoes are pretty acidic. When the tomatoes touched those plates, they absorbed the lead, and people actually got lead poisoning. So in a way, it wasn't the tomatoes, but the combination of tomatoes and those fancy plates that was the real danger. Luckily for us, people eventually figured out tomatoes weren't deadly, and today we use them in everything from pasta sauce to ketchup. Can you imagine pizza without tomato sauce? Or a salad without tomatoes? It's crazy to think how wrong people were back then. Now, tomatoes are one of the most popular and versatile foods in the world. And we don't just eat them, they're packed with vitamins and antioxidants, which are great for your health. So next time you're enjoying some spaghetti or a fresh slice of tomato on your burger, just remember, this tasty fruit once had a pretty scary reputation. Have you ever heard someone say they'll be back in a jiffy? You might think it just means very quickly. But did you know that a jiffy is actually a real unit of time? Yep, it's 1/100th of a second. That's super fast. Now let's think about how short that really is. Imagine trying to blink your eyes. Did you know a single blink can last about 1/10 of a second? So a jiffy is even quicker than that. If you think about it, it's like the world's fastest race. Who can even count to 1 before it's gone? Imagine trying to grab your favorite snack in a jiffy. If your friend said they'd be right back and you counted to 1, you'd have to be quick. It's like you'd need super speed. But wait, let's dive a little deeper. The term jiffy actually comes from science. Scientists use it in different fields, like physics and computer science, to measure very short periods of time. In physics, they even define a jiffy as the time it takes for light to travel 1 centimeter in a vacuum. That's really fast. But here's where it gets even cooler. Even though we might use the word jiffy to mean quickly in everyday life, knowing it's an actual unit of time helps us understand just how fast some things happen in our world. So, the next time you hear someone say they'll be back in a jiffy, you can smile and think, wow, that's super quick. And who knows, you might even use it yourself, saying something like, I'll finish my homework in a jiffy. Time is fascinating, isn't it? A jiffy may be short, but it's a reminder of how much can happen in just a blink. See you next time, and remember to make every second count. If you enjoyed these mind-blowing facts, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible content. And don't forget to share your favorite fact in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. The world is brimming with surprises just waiting to be discovered. Keep your curiosity alive and join us next time for even more astonishing insights. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.